Welcome to Soul Rising. We're your hosts, Amy and Erin. We're two everyday mediums who are passionate about taking the woo-woo out of spirituality and bringing it down to earth. So put the kettle on, grab a chair, and join us. Hello, everyone.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Episode 31.
Episode 31. We're in the 30s now. Well, I'm in the 40s, but you're in your 30s.
I'm in the 30s.
Yeah. Like, no comment.
I'm in the 40s too.
Yeah, we're the same age, I think. So, yeah, this is an extra special episode. We have Nikki here, who is a listener, a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And
Or like, it feels like our big cheerleader too.
I said that to Erin. I said, Nikki is like my biggest cheerleader.
Aww.
You're so sweet. Like, your comments are so thoughtful, and I've saved, like, every time you DM me and you say something super thoughtful, I like save it. I have a folder.
Tuck it away for a rainy day, right? When you need it.
Yeah, when I need it, I go back and I'm like, okay, I can do it.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, so I just wanted to thank you for that, and we were so excited that you won this.
No, for me, it's like I've listened to all the podcasts, and it's usually when I'm like doing errands or when I'm working, and it's like hanging out with friends.
Oh,
right?
that's so
So
good.
to actually be here with you is just like a continuation. Like I'm just hanging out with my friends. So I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful. I'm like, my mouth hurts from smiling, but that's just like so genuine. Like, I'm so happy. Yeah. I'm so happy to have you here, Amy.
Yes.
I mean, Amy, Nikki,
yes,
and
all
Amy,
of us.
all of
I'm
us.
excited too.
Okay, amazing. So, yeah, Nikki has been, I think I met you maybe, I don't know, a year and a half ago, maybe during the like
January 2020.
Was it okay? 2020?
When you, I think it was around then I started following you because someone on Instagram was like, Amy's amazing. Everyone follow her. I was like, all right, done. And then it was like a couple of weeks later, you did a live reading on Facebook, and I was like, oh, I should check it out. And then it was just like my mind exploded because you connected with my dad and my nana. Yeah. And it was only like in a few minutes, but like the information that you're able to give in a very few minutes, it was, my mind blew. And I was like sending everyone the link. I'm like, you have to listen to this. This is wild, like wild. So
yeah, so you've been with me since like a good chunk of the whole evolution, because it was like January, February of 2020, like December 9th, 2019. I was almost like, I don't know if this is for me. I literally took a month off because I had been doing email readings up until that point. And then I was like, I don't know, like I'm almost not, it doesn't feel as fulfilling in this moment. I'm just kind of tired and drained. And then after about a month, I heard, Amy, like you need the interaction, you need to go live, you need to see people and feel their energy that way. It's almost like I started a little bit harder, because email readings are harder. I don't know if you've ever done those. They're way harder to type them out.
Yeah.
So that was like right before the pandemic hit. I started to go live on Facebook as a live mediumship demonstration with Erin, which you, Erin, do as well. And you just did one the other day. So go check out Erin's Instagram.
When Erin did that the other day, the first one that you did, the first 4 things that you said completely, like it resonated with me. I was like, this is me. And I had to disconnect because I was like, this isn't my turn.
Oh, wow.
Like, no, I was like saying to like, I knew who it was. So I'm like, go away. Like,
amazing.
So I didn't listen to the rest of it because because the other girl was like, oh, I think it's me. And I was like, all of it was me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The first 4 things you said, I was like, yes. So I just disconnected. And I joined because I was like, this isn't for me right now. Like, I have to go.
You're like, come on, guys.
Yeah. And I knew who it was too. I was like, shoo. I was like, well, you can wait until Tuesday, right?
They can't wait. They're just so excited.
Oh,
I'm like, I thought it was today. Yeah.
It was so funny. So I was there for that one, but I was like, I have to leave. I have to go.
Yeah.
Someone else can have you for now. I have you a whole lots, right?
Okay. That's so sweet.
It made me laugh. I was like, what is going on right
funny.
now?
Well, it's good because I really don't remember at all what I said. So that's good. I'm coming in fresh.
It's really good. Yeah. I didn't even comment. Wasn't even gonna be like, yep. I was like, nope, see you later. And I pressed end because I was like, I can't do this. No, this is for someone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It was
Okay.
good. I was like, oh, okay, Erin, I'll see you later.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah.
Erin's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those of you who may be new to the podcast, perhaps, or new to us,
Mhm.
Erin and I are both mediums, and we like occasionally to go on as a way to give back, I feel, to our community.
Yeah.
We like to go on and do live mediumship demonstrations, and we also wanted to extend that to this community, to this podcast community. And so this is the second time we're doing a viewer reading. We did one,
Mhm.
I feel, back in like November or something, maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know which episode that
Was it
was.
episode
It was
11?
in the teams, I thought, but I don't know for sure. I can link it in the show notes, but it was back, maybe it wasn't
Early.
November. I don't know, but it was
It
one of
was
the
definitely earlier. It was early on in
It
the
was early
podcast.
on, yeah, for sure. I know it was in the winter. Anyways, long story short, this is our second viewer on-air reading. And so it's a way to give back to our listeners, as well as to show a pretty real life taste of mediumship and what you could expect from a mediumship reading, or at least from Erin and I.
Yes, yeah, because Amy and I read very similarly, I feel.
We
Yeah.
have similar styles for sure. And so we're both evidential mediums, would you say? And to you, like, what does an evidential medium, what does that mean if you provide evidence? I feel like that might be a good base, and then we'll get right into it.
Get right into it.
'Cause I
Yeah,
think
for
this is
me,
going to be evidence heavy.
yeah. I mean, here's hope, right? Like that's always I feel like I mean, I always like to give at least a little bit of evidential mediumship. So whether that's sometimes I can hear like the cadence in their voice of those who have passed away. Sometimes I can um you know see the person, so I might describe the person, maybe get a birth date, maybe get even something that like let's say you bought a vacuum yesterday and that's coming through, like that's those little bits, that's the evidential part for me. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's all those little things that actually aren't so little, but they just remind us that our loved ones are in fact still around us and just watching over us.
Yeah, I would say that's how I feel about it too. And I feel like for me, it was important to, when I started to do this work, to ask spirit for evidence. Um, because when I was, grieving the loss of my dad, I went to see a medium. I didn't necessarily, like, I enjoyed the messages, but it wasn't whole lot of evidence. And I felt like I needed that in that moment. And I thought, I bet I'm not alone in this. I bet other people would. It's almost just like an extra layer of confidence. Yes, I know that you're with me because that is so specific. So then when the more loving guidance messages come in, they're for you.
Yeah.
Right? Like somebody could say, oh, that's generic. That could be for everybody. But when you've already built upon all of that specific information, then it feels much more like truth, Yeah. Like we know it's truth, but it's how you feel, right? As the client. So Nikki's had this experience already, whether it be with like private readings or with us in lives. So she's an old pro at this. And I assume that you are ready and open. Yeah. The more open the client is and trusting of the medium, I find the more the reading will flow. So I have no doubt that this will be good. Yeah. We're ready.
Excited.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm getting goose pimples.
I got goosebumps too. And I was telling Erin about 10, 15 minutes before the reading, I got that feeling in my belly and I'm like, okay, it's happening. They're coming. Yeah. Okay. So are we just going to kind of go back and forth?
Back and forth? Yeah. I don't know who wants to start.
Let's just close our eyes, take a few deep breaths. And then whomever wants to say something first will. Okay. And just as I'm getting started, I often just kind of make little doodles, or sometimes I'll write down words. So I'm just getting a few things I need to build upon this foundation before I start saying more.
I'm pretty similar. If you see me looking down, just scribbling away, Nikki, it's just me writing out the messages as it comes through. It just helps me to focus.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna dive right in because I did like just a very brief meditation just before hopping on. And even just throughout the day, I really did feel like I had an older male with me. And I know you did just say that your father has passed. So I definitely feel like I have this older male here. Okay. And can I ask, was he tall? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And like, did he just have like a larger than life presence?
Yes.
Okay, because I got to tell you, the way that he comes through for me is like I can't see his face. Like he's just so tall. I'm getting goosebumps as I say that. Yeah. Okay. He's in the room. Okay. Are you? Whoa, whoa. Was Dad a talker?
Mm-hmm.
He liked to talk. Okay. Is there something? I'm getting a few things, but is there something happening in July? Does the month of July? Is there a birth date there?
Like there are birthdays, but
There's
not
birthdays.
connected to him.
Not connected to him. Just a sec. Like, I don't know if there's something like important that's going to be happening in July, because I just heard like July. Okay. And I'm going to, well, we'll keep going with it. If it doesn't resonate right away, that's totally okay. But we like to just sort of put it out there anyways in the ether.
My wedding anniversary is in July.
It's your wedding anniversary. Okay.
Yes.
Are you doing something to celebrate? Is there something that's coming up? Not that we know. Okay. No pressure to your partner. Okay. Do you resonate with either like dragonflies or butterflies with Dad?
Not normally. I saw a butterfly today and I was like, well,
Okay.
I don't see them usually. So
Okay.
like there's a note about a butterfly.
A butterfly. And it really like resonated with you on maybe like a spiritual.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Because I just drew a butterfly. Okay. And Spirit was wanting to talk about that. And when I say spirit, and I think Amy is very similar, we're just talking about the collective energy as a whole coming through with messages for you. So, okay. 1 second. Your dad's also showing me, did he like rum?
He liked to drink in general.
He liked to drink in general. He's just showing me this but like a nice, like I don't know if it's rum or like a darker liquor. Like it's like a nice liquor. Like I don't know if this is whiskey or Scotch, like what I'm looking at here, but he's just holding this glass. And
do you remember, Erin, you did a small reading and you connected with my dad and he showed you a bottle before. Do you remember what it was?
Oh.
And do you remember it?
Is it Scotch?
No. But it's a brown liquor. And it's a
brown liquor and it's in my cabinet. I can't even remember the name of it. I'm seeing the bottle. Okay. Is it Jack Daniels? Okay. Dad's just maybe taking me back to that. Okay. I did not even remember that. I was like, why are you showing me this brown liquid that is definitely a liquor?
It's definitely Jack Daniels.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
Thank you. Okay. And he's just like, he's so happy for you. Are you guys looking to sell the house or to move? Is this like something you've talked about?
We just rent, but no, we haven't talked about it.
A minute. Hang on. Okay, I'm gonna move past that. Just a second. Unless he gives me a bit more information. It just feels like it's somebody's birthday that's coming up. Is there like a June birthday? Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna move past that.
Is he just kind of making you feel like summery? Because I feel like Nikki has a summery birthday, but it's just not those 2 months.
It's like there's just something that we're like celebrating. It feels like there's a birthday coming up for sure. Okay. But so you have an August birthday. That's just me. Okay. All right. That's Earth me. That's not medium me. Okay. 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 Okay, this is a very early happy birthday then. Okay. But I do just feel like even as I would like before as I was meditating, Nikki, I just really feel like you've been through a lot, okay, in life. And your dad and all your ancestors and your guides, they're just so proud of how you've been navigating these situations, because there's different ways you could have handled each situation, but it's almost like you took the higher road. I don't know if this makes any sense to you. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Your dad's funny because he goes, "You didn't get that from me." Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You
Yeah.
didn't get that from me. Just a sec. I also get a lot of water energy with dad, so I don't know if he just loved the water by being by the lake. Was he a fish? Did he like to fish?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
He is like, this is where I am. Like, if you ever want to think of where I am, this is where I am. Does the 16th or 17th have any, does that date make any, does that resonate with you?
I'm gonna write it down.
I'm just gonna, 16th or 17th. This definitely feels like it's like the 10th, like mid-week, okay? And I feel like there is something that's coming up about like just like changes, okay? Waiting on some changes. Some of this feels like work changes, okay? And like something about, we want to speed up the process with whatever work is. Like, I want to speed the things through, okay? So something that maybe is taking its time is going to speed up for you.
Okay.
Is there okay, hang on. Just a sec. Is there a younger male that's connected to you?
To me?
Yeah. Nikki? Just a second.
Is he with my dad?
He's just showing himself to me. I don't feel like this is necessarily when he passed, okay? But he's almost showing himself to me like 20s, okay? So I don't know if he's saying like I would be in my 20s now, okay? Like early 20s or something. But there's something about this young male's all of a sudden coming forward. Yeah, I don't know if somebody lost a child, if this is connected to the family, okay? But it feels like it's important just to share that they're together, okay? And I'm just hearing clear as bells, no rainy days. And this is interesting for me because I kept hearing, I don't know if this song will have any significance for you, but I kept hearing that song Somewhere Over the Rainbow, okay? But the ukulele version of the guy that sings it, okay? And so there's a lot of what I'm going to say with this, a lot of like overcoming things, overcoming the storm. There's the rainbow, okay? That's like after the storm. Just a sec. And I also feel like there's something that's like being washed away, okay? Or letting go of, okay? Releasing. I mean, this is very general, but this could be a lot, past stuff that maybe we're holding on to. But I really feel like we're kind of stepping into a new and being like, I almost am seeing this stepping through this waterfall and just being like washed away. Okay.
Okay.
Did your dad have breathing difficulties? And no one in the family has asthma or anything like this? No. Okay. I also feel like your dad is showing me like a Cadillac for some reason. I don't know if he liked cars or what to do with that one. Okay, I got here. I feel like I'm switching gears a bit. Are both grandma and grandpa in spirit?
No.
No,
None
okay.
of them. There's no grandparents.
grandparents in
They're all
spirit.
alive. All four still kicking it. They're going.
Do you have an old photo of a grandparent? Or if this is your dad, I can't tell. Like next to a really cool, almost like convertible cat, like a just like a I don't know how to describe it, but something that looks like that, like car. It looks like it's an older photo, like when they were younger. And I feel like I'm just seeing this like, oh, like 30s or something, like really younger, okay, like kind of kick it back with like the arms crossed, okay, and almost leaning on this car, okay. And for some, I feel like the blue in the car is very important, okay.
I don't like
Yeah.
nothing's
sticking out. That's okay.
No.
That's okay. Did Dad pass in his 50s?
Would he be in that range now? Like 60s, late 50s?
Yeah, he'd be 60
there now.
And yeah, he was born in
I
57.
see him and he presents as kind of that age rather than because
Oh, yeah.
like in his 30s or something.
Yeah, he was
Oh, he was young.
young, 34, 35,
That's-
36.
That's
I just wanted to say that because whenever I've connected to your dad, I've seen him as he probably would be now.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I just wanted to say that in case that's also how
Yeah.
you were seeing him, Erin.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's interesting because I saw him really young in this like photo that was taken here. And then I'm getting like 50s, like late 50s, early 60s.
Are you, I don't know how specific you get. Can you see anything else about him? Like him?
You have a bit of a like a belly.
Yeah. Okay. Just I
feel like I always want to say he's like kind of husky. Like not
Yeah, I don't feel like he was like a big guy or anything, but I'm getting like just like a little bit of almost like a dad.
Beer. It was the beer.
It was the beer. Yeah. Okay, yeah, because I was like, I'm gonna say beer. Be polite about it.
100%. No, we can say it.
Did he have like a bit of a gruffness to his voice? Like, was it a bit like a little in his throat sometimes?
Maybe. I don't know. It's been so long. It's been like 30 years.
Yeah,
since he passed.
yeah.
So,
oh gosh,
you were a kid. Yeah, Nikki was a kid, right?
Yeah, I was little.
Were you 8?
My brother was.
Your brother was.
Yep.
Okay, that's interesting because I just saw number 8.
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like that's also a hi to your brother.
Okay.
Yep. Who's this?
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. I just keep getting this letter S initial. I don't know if somebody in the family has this letter S, like Stephen or S.
I have a sister named Siobhan, but it's not my dad's child.
It's not your dad's child. That's okay.
On the other side.
Do you have brown eyes too? Brown, or was it they were blue?
Yeah, same as mine.
The same as yours. Okay, just a sec. I feel like your dad was a real guy's guy, but he also had this like side to him that was really soft. And I almost feel like when I'm him, I kind of like the finer things in life. Okay. If that makes any sense to you. Okay.
Mhm.
Like, it's like I present myself as this kind of like rough and tumble guy that we can just kind of, I'm just going to say, shoot the shit with, which you could.
100%. Yep.
But he also has this very soft, I like the finer things in life, and just the biggest heart. The
Yes.
biggest heart. Is there a photo of your dad having you on his back?
Probably. I
Yeah,
haven't saw one.
okay.
I haven't saw one lately.
That's okay. Were you messy as a kid?
Yeah, my room
I
was
mean,
a
I know kids
disaster.
are messy,
No.
but like he's saying you were so cute and messy.
Yeah. It's so different than now because I'm
Yeah.
like the opposite,
Opposite.
but as a child, yeah, for sure.
I'm just gonna keep trying to see if I can get some other details of him. Do you have like a 5 o'clock shadow?
Probably.
Beard?
Not a beard, no.
Not a beard, but there was like maybe some facial hair. It almost just feels like it's like
Rough.
rough.
Like a mountain man, we used to call
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Like he just,
And I just love blue. Like I keep seeing blue with him.
oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
There's a possible
Blue
reason why.
shirt, blue, blue, blue. Okay. Because the car was blue and now he's showing me blue shirt. So I just feel like there's significance with this color. Okay. I don't know if you're thinking of changing things up. I don't know whether he says don't change a thing. I don't know
Oh,
if you're thinking of like making changes to the house or the
mm,
home, or don't change a thing.
really? Don't change anything.
I don't know if that makes sense.
No, I like,
If
it's good
That
to
makes
know.
sense? Okay.
Yeah. No,
If
it's
that
more
was
like,
one of your questions, but
it's more to do with like work.
work.
Like,
Okay.
am I doing what I should be doing? Because it feels easy. Like
I don't
it's,
know if were you just thinking about work? Did you have like questions about that?
well, no, just like, yeah, I
Just a
wrote down future question mark, work question mark.
Don't change a thing. I
I
mean,
wrote
I
it down.
feel
I'm like,
okay. I think there are going to be changes. I really,
Right.
really do. But I feel like right now it's like you're good.
Okay.
You don't.
Keep going.
Yeah, it's more
Okay.
like you don't have to change a thing.
Okay. Good. That's easy because I like what I'm doing. I just sometimes I'm like, it's too good to be true.
Yeah.
Should something else
Should
be
something
happening?
else coming? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
what I
I'm
just
gonna-
heard there was you don't have to go looking.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel like,
Yeah.
oh, come
Okay.
on. Yeah.
Mhm.
Which it is what happens with me. Like I don't have to.
Yes.
It's there. I'm like, all right. But sometimes I feel like I'm not
Mhm.
doing enough. So
Mhm. Mhm. I don't know, Amy, if you wanted to go. I feel like I've been talking.
Yeah, no, I have some stuff down. Like some of the things I was almost getting like a little bit another piece on some of the things you were saying. But like when I first connected, I did connect not initially to your dad, and it might have been because he went to Erin. I connected to a female energy. Okay. And I have a feeling it might be like a great grandmother, but very like elderly great grandmother. But she did bring up, do you call one of your grandmothers Nana? Is somebody
That's her.
Nana?
That's
Because
Nana.
That's the first thing I wrote down was Nana.
Ah.
So I felt like so would you have called her Nana?
Yes.
Okay, because she identified herself as Nana. Like that's the first thing I wrote
It's
down.
what I wrote down is Nana.
Okay, amazing. Yeah, if you could look, like it's literally the first thing I wrote down after your name. And then it threw me because then you said you don't have any grandparents in spirit. And I went, who are you? And then I went, great Nana. Okay, so I wrote that down. She came in with a smell. Okay, so I smelled something like really almost floral or powdery with her right away. And she also showed me what reminded me of a necklace. Like, I don't know if she had pearls or if somebody like passed on pearls or something. There's something with like a necklace.
Yes, so it would be my dad's sister passed on her pearls to me.
Okay, yeah, because this is my pearls. Okay, so she was saying pearls, right? And yeah, she brought that forward as well. And then there was I also wrote down I wondered about a small dog, or if there's a small dog that's connected to somebody, because there is a small dog in spirit. Do you feel?
I literally wrote down dog, like as you were talking.
There's a small, like it's not a big dog, it's smaller, I feel. I'll just leave it for now and see if they give me more. This can also be something like, hey, we're holding on to the dog for the future. Okay. Or maybe somebody's in childhood had the dog, but I got goosebumps when I said future. So if you guys are like thinking perhaps in the future you would like to get a dog,
like the far, far future, but one day. Yes.
Okay. And if you were to get one, it would be on the side. Yes. I don't know what kind of dog this is. I'm not good with breeds, but I almost want to say like Maltese.
Yeah. That's totally 1,000%, Erin. Okay. Or Amy. Sorry, every time we talk about when we see dogs, it's always this small little Maltese. I'm like, look at how cute it is.
You know what's funny? It's like I don't even I think I know what a Maltese is, but I don't like really in my own brain. And I heard them go Maltese. So I'm like, okay, funny. I'm just gonna say it. So yes, I do think this dog is coming in time. Okay. And I do think they're just almost like holding on to it, especially Nana.
Keep holding on to it, Nana.
Hold on for a little while.
Holding on to it. Yes.
Not ready yet.
Not ready yet, Nana.
The cat's enough. Yeah.
Yes, I totally. And then when Erin, that's what I got initially, like right in the beginning. And then when Erin was talking about this other male, okay, what I wrote down is that I felt that he was referring to a friend of his, the past. And then I wrote a big gang of friends. Like, so I felt like there was a big gang of them when they were younger. That makes sense. And that this person that passed was part of this like gang of friends. Okay. So I felt like he was saying, yeah, like he's with me. Like we're the gang is together again.
My mom called me the other day. She's like, can you make sure that he's with your dad? And I was like, oh, I don't know, Mom. Like, I don't know. But she was asking me.
Okay. That's really
share
good.
this or let her know. Yeah. He's with dad is what I heard.
Good.
Yeah.
And then when Erin brought up a song, I also heard a song, but it kind of struck me as funny because Erin brought up Rainbow and Rain, and when I wrote down was sun, so I wrote down Here Comes the Sun. You know that song? Here comes the sun. Yeah, that song. I won't sing any longer. So
my God, look how fun that is.
That's so fun. Okay, that's what I got first, and now I'm just gonna kind of tap back in there and see what wants to come through. Okay. So I'm glad, because at first I was like, oh no, who are you, Nana, if she doesn't have a grandmother in spirit? I'm so glad that she does. Great grandma. Yes. Yeah. She feels like a grandmother to you though, right? Yes. So that's how I feel about her as well. Okay. Now I feel like we might have touched on something like this before, and I'm kind of getting deja vu, and you might want to build upon it or just bring it up again. Is there like a family cottage or a family place? Or like a place that people would have gone over and over again, whether it was to camp or something?
There was a place, but the women never went. It was just the men.
Okay. But there was a place, like whether it was like a hunting cabin or what, or something in the woods.
It was a hunting camp for the men.
Okay. All right.
And my dad they took some of his ashes and left it there.
Okay. All right, because that was important for me to bring up. When Erin was bringing up, like he's at the lake, he's fishing, he's like in the woods, I felt like, yes, he was. And he like literally is there, like also.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, but for whatever reason, Nana wants to bring this up. And it's just, even though maybe she didn't attend and go there, she still has knowledge about it, right? It's still evidence. So she just wants to bring that up. Is this his mother? Or is this your mom's? Grandmother, sorry.
It's my dad's grandma.
Thank you.
But they're like,
yeah, it feels as if I almost wanted to say, this is my mom.
Yes.
And I felt as if I was on dad's side. So I wanted to verify that. Okay. So yeah, she's just bringing up this connection of my boy, I hear.
Yes.
He was kind of like the favorite, in some way. I almost feel like that he was the favorite in some way. Yeah.
1000%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like she's like, that's my boy, and my
Yes.
boy's at the camp. I feel like she was okay that she was never like allowed at the camp. It's just that's how it was. You know, that's the men's thing, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, he absolutely energetically is there, and I feel as if she's showing me that. And they're very connected. They're like this. They're like this. And they would have been like that in life. Yeah, they still are. So I just want to validate that relationship. She went after him. Did she pass after him or before?
No, before him, but like not very far.
Not very far. Okay. Because it almost came through it like surprise, like, what are you doing here? Almost. So it might have been to say like the surprise that he passed, right?
Yeah.
So young. And then she was right there soon afterwards. Was it like within a few months? It doesn't matter. I just feel like it's.
I don't remember. It was so long ago, but I think so. Like I just remember it being like someone died and then someone else died. Like it was very fast. And
yes. Okay. I just feel as if I want to tell you that, there was an awareness of each other upon transition into the spirit world. I do feel like surprised with dad upon transition. And I feel like this is because it feels somewhat unexpected or accidental. Okay. So I feel like, oh, okay.
Like, you're not supposed to be here. What are you doing here? Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of how I felt. Like, what are you doing here? I feel like he's like, whoa, almost like that a little bit. So I know I've connected him before, but I don't like store everything, right? So sometimes it feels new when I'm connecting. Can you verify, was there an accident with him? Okay. I'm trying to get him to tell me what kind of accident. I feel as if my torso and my back is impacted. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Especially back, like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I think
Yeah.
all of his body.
All of it. And would you know if passing was pretty quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like that because I feel like he's saying, like it happened and it was really quick, and he makes me feel almost like if I had lived, it would have been like no way to live. That's how he makes me feel.
Yep.
I almost feel like he might have been paralyzed if he had lived or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I know that's tough, but it's just how he makes me feel like he was okay with the transition. A little bit of confusion, days like, oh, what's happened? Where am I? But then I don't feel a lot of pain or anything like that.
Good.
Yeah. When Erin was talking about the breathing, I felt immense pressure in my chest. And I thought maybe that's what it was too. Like he couldn't breathe or something was like on
Which
his
it would all
chest.
make sense. Yeah.
It all makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I think that's a good example too, that sometimes we can feel like we can't breathe and we might interpret it as one thing, but it's I can't breathe and not because medical. Yeah. But the fact remains that's impacted. Okay. All right. So I definitely feel as if I'm here. Did he have like reddish hair? Okay. I'm trying to think
it's
of
like me.
You're like
a man version. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He's and like so like a little freckly too. Perhaps. I feel like he has freckles. Okay. I love freckles. Freckles are awesome. Okay. So yeah, I see him very clearly. I do see him a little bit husky, little hair, a little bit shaggy. Yeah, kind of like a rough and tough guy. Would he have worked kind of physical labor? Yeah, he doesn't seem like a suit and tie guy at all. But I do want to validate Erin, like what she was picking up on, that softness. I feel that from him too. I feel like he was a big teddy bear on the inside. he said, I'm a good time guy. So it makes me feel like he enjoyed, social gatherings, a social drink. I am a good time guy. And funny. You know who I was seeing earlier in my mind? Like personality wise, I feel there's something about, do you remember Full House? And do you remember Joey? How he's like a goofball? Was Dad like a goofball like that? Okay. Because he showed me Joey from Full House. Like,
that's like a good way for you to connect it. I'm thinking something else, but that it makes sense.
That makes sense as well.
1000%. Like from with that, like from your frame of reference.
Yes, that's
totally,
exactly it.
I totally understand where you're going, and yes.
Because Spirit uses my frame of reference, right? Or
so that makes so much sense.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. So when I think about that kind of energy, this is what I see. Okay, perfect. All right. So I still feel like I also feel like charisma from your dad. So I feel like people liked him. I feel like he was just well liked and got along with people. I do wonder though about the tendency to somehow have a temper sometimes, or
it blows my mind that's the kind of stuff, like the evidential stuff. That's it.
That blows your mind.
Yeah. Because why? Yeah. Of all the things.
Yeah. I just feel like he's like presenting a very real picture of himself that you knew.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's this good time guy and he's soft, but he's sensitive, and us sensitive folk can sometimes run hot on both ends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I feel that from him. Like sometimes I got a little bit mad. But I always feel like he wants to say that wasn't like his true self. And it almost comes in apologetically if you ever saw him get a little bit mad. I feel like it stems from frustration. And it makes me feel like sometimes although he was super like communicative and stuff, he sometimes feels I struggle saying what I want to say the way I want to say it. So I can talk a lot. I can shoot the shit, as Erin said, but I feel frustrated that I can't express the depth to the extent that I want to. So I feel like he's saying there's some like things unsaid.
Mm-hmm. This is the part my mom will especially appreciate.
Well, I'm about to talk about your mom.
Oh, okay. So
okay.
that woo. Okay.
I'm about to talk about your mom. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I wanted to bring that up. So they were together, coupled, married at the time of his passing. Yes. Okay. Sometimes people will come through with just as much love, even if they were split, but I felt like they were together. Okay. So I do feel a tremendous amount of love. I feel a tremendous amount. I feel like we met young. Okay. And I feel like we had to grow up together in some way. And I feel like mom matured faster than dad. It kind of comes across as a joke. I also almost feel like, although he was tremendously happy, when the first little one came along, it's almost like, I don't know if I'm ready for this, like maturity wise compared to mom.
They were young. Yeah.
Really young.
And it's a lot. A baby's a lot, right? Like,
yeah. And I just feel like, oh my God, am I ready
my
for
life is no longer my life. Yeah.
Yes. But I hear like we're steady. We're like rock steady. Even throughout all the ups and downs, we're rock steady. He says, I always knew she had my back. I get goosebumps everywhere. Okay. He makes me feel there was plenty of opportunities when she could have said, shove it. Yep. And he said, she didn't.
Yep.
That woman was my rock. It makes me want to cry. Yep. Yeah. She was my rock. I need her to know that I absolutely adore her. And, I put her through some stuff and she's a real strong woman. Yeah. But it was never for lack of love. Never. Yeah, because there's a whole lot of love. It's like, I have so much love. I'm frustrated because I don't know how to express it. And it overwhelms me sometimes. And I also fear almost like this fear, I'm gonna lose them. I feel like this is something that he was worried about sometimes.
Which was valid. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. It's almost like I get into that pattern. I do that thing again. I say that thing, or I don't say that thing. And then every time it's almost like, oh, I could potentially be jeopardizing something. And then it's like the pattern starts all over again. The guilt. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So I know that's heavy and deep, but I feel like your mom
it's
needed to hear it. And I hope it helps her heart, because
yes.
man absolutely adores her, absolutely loves her so much. Would they have got married in the spring?
No,
Is there something with the month of April or May that's important to them,
that's when he passed away.
Okay.
Yeah. In May.
In May. I felt like he wanted me to talk about the spring, but it felt like he was relating it to their relationship in some way, but that's okay. Definitely important springtime. Okay, we passed in spring. Because you know why? He showed me flowers, and he showed me almost as if I'm like trying to give her a flower. I'm trying to give her a flower. And so it made me feel like, did you give her flowers on your anniversary? Like, what is this? It could be a combination of springtime flowers. Like, that was a symbol for me. But I really feel as if there's something with flowers. Does mom like to garden? No?
She likes flowers, but
Yeah.
she's not a gardener.
Okay, that's okay. Maybe that's a question for her.
Okay.
If he had ever like kind of given her flowers, like brought home I don't know, flower on the side of the road, or bought a rose for her, something. I just feel like he wants to give her a flower. That's what I feel. It's almost like there's never enough flowers. There's something about that.
Maybe he should have bought her more
Maybe.
flowers.
Maybe he should have. Maybe he's saying this is because it's like I see them pile up. So it reminds me of like, oh, if somebody gives you a flower on like each anniversary, and then there's like a stack of flowers, right? It's like making up for lost time.
Yes, yeah.
I think that's probably what it is.
For sure.
Because I just feel like I wish I showed my feelings more. I wish I was more romantic.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. I'm just going to go back to Nana quickly, and then I'll pass you back to
Okay.
Erin has. I feel she's over there making lots of notes, so I'm sure she's got some stuff. I want you to know they're together, and they're like peanut butter and jelly. They're so connected, even though there's an age difference between them. These are very like similar people. Like they're like besties almost, like that's what I feel. Would he have spent a lot of time with her when he was growing up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I feel almost like this is my kid.
Mhm.
And I feel like I'm preparing meals for him, and I'm doing all these things with him. Okay. Would dad have ever like ridden a motorcycle or been interested in, I'm seeing two wheels. Okay. So it could be a bike. I'm really curious if he, do you know if this is probably not something you would know, your mom might know, if he ever like snuck out, like if he would have been somebody like sneak out at night when he was like growing up? Wouldn't surprise you probably.
It does not surprise me.
But she's showing me like somebody like grabbing a bike that's kind of like hidden around the side of the house in the dark, and like taking off down the road and on a bike.
If I talk to my grandparents about it, they'll be like, yes, he did that. No, he was a handful.
Okay. And he just would have spent a lot of time there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because it feels like she's showing me this, like, where in the hell is he? Like, like he's taken off. Okay. I do feel like he's a handful, but it comes across with humor from your grandmother. So I think as much as he was like irritating to her, she also just couldn't help but just love him.
Oh, and this is how I feel about my own child at the moment. When he's so much like my dad that I'm like, oh my goodness, it's happening again. But he's so cute that like, what can I do?
I know. Yeah, I know. And I just felt like she was a sucker for him, is what she makes me feel. I'm a sucker for him. He could have done anything. And yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, she's very lovely. I want to see if she has anything to say to you. I know she's talked a lot about, yes, I'm here, I'm with dad. And now I want to see if she has anything to say to you quickly before I pass you back. Okay, I feel like she's showing me like I know you said you rent your place, but would you ever do things to the house like renovations? Did you recently paint?
I have painted here, yeah.
Okay, I see somebody painting walls. I'm curious with the color green, if you have a room in your house that's green. Might be a suggestion. I don't know. There's something about green in you that wants to come through. Green. Is your kitchen at the back of the house?
It's kind of like away from everything else. If that helps.
I don't know. There's some like, it's weird, like a feng shui kind of message. I've never had something like this come in before. I feel like she's saying something about like the room that's at the back of the house at the left. What is that? Like if you're at the front door, what's at the left in the back?
The laundry room?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
What's going on with the laundry room?
Nothing serious. I feel like she's telling me to paint the walls green, which is random. But you know what? And this is like coming from my own brain. Now that she's bringing this up for me, I think that I've heard before that the back of your house to the left is like your money place in your house with feng shui. And if you put things in there, like if you put money in there in some way, like the back of my house is my kitchen on the left. So I have a money tree in there and I painted the walls green. So it's interesting that she's showing this to me.
Yeah. But maybe I'll paint the kitchen green because I spent a lot of time in there and it is beside the laundry room.
Okay. Okay. I should have said that I
connected.
Felt like it might be the laundry room. Is your dryer really noisy? Is something really noisy in your laundry room?
Well, it's like there's a dryer, water heater, and the furnace is loud.
So everything, because I can hear clunking, you know, almost like when somebody puts a pair of sneakers in the dryer.
So yes, sometimes it is loud depending on what's inside it. Yeah.
Okay, I see that too. I don't know what is up with that, but that back room feels like good energy for me for some reason. Even, and I feel like you're kind of like, what is it, like a creepy or
it's like the room where just like stuff is.
Stuff
like
is.
Cat litter is in there and it's
interesting. It just feel like it's random, I know, but I just feel like she's saying make that into a place that you would like to be in more. I don't know why.
But the kitchen needs some love. Like it needs to be painted. I want tiles. Like there's stuff I want to do. And that's right next talking about it. And it's right beside the laundry room. But the laundry room has like, it's like exposed brick. Like it's not something I don't think we could paint, but the kitchen needs love. So that like, and I spend most of my time in there. Most of your time.
Yeah. And when I first connected, I asked about kitchen, right? So I think it's something about
that room.
Yeah. That part of the house. I feel like she spends a lot of time with you when you're cooking. Okay. I want to let you know that. Was she somebody that really enjoyed cooking and baking and things like that with her hands? Or you didn't get that from her?
It was so long ago. But I remember like, no, I can remember her like being in her kitchen and her being like, look at what I made. So
yeah,
it had been something.
I do feel there's like a pride there or like enjoying being in the cooking, like being in the kitchen. Not everybody does, but I feel like she did. And I feel like she really enjoys how adventurous you are is what I'm hearing. I feel like she was not so adventurous in her cooking or her palate.
Probably not.
And no. You are very adventurous.
Yes.
Because are you not like a certified chef or yeah. Okay, this makes sense why she's talking about your cooking. Amazing. Yeah. So I feel as if cooking is, I feel as if you've done that before as more of like a career.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you incorporate some of it now in work.
Yes.
Is there a desire for you to do more of that?
Yes.
Yes. I feel like she's saying, like Erin was saying, I don't feel like you have to mix anything up too much right now. I feel like she's just saying like, this is that kind of enjoyable lull before things get quick again. And just to enjoy it. Like, we don't have to like rush into the next, like, even if you're like, am I doing enough? Like, just enjoy that.
That's exactly it. Am I doing enough? That's like the question. Yeah.
And enjoy that things are coming easy to you right now, and just think of that as like almost an enjoyable pause. And then, but I do feel you potentially will go back to cooking more in a career kind of way.
Okay.
Or preparing food more on a full-time basis rather than like doing a few different things. Hey there, Amy here. This is the ending of episode 31. Please stay tuned for next week, episode 32, where we will continue the reading with Nikki. Thanks everyone for listening. See you next week.
If you like what you're hearing, don't forget to give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcast and tune in each week as we dish on all things spiritual.
Don't forget to like, comment on what you would like to hear us talk about next, and subscribe.